I am so grateful to be with you here this evening on what is a remarkable initiation journey ignition 8-8, the Lion's Gate, with a lot of energy, a big day. And we knew how important this day would be, but I doubt we really understood fully when we chose this date to be our kind of inaugural New Mastery Presence Monday offering, that it would really become what it is becoming this evening. And we are very much in an emergent co-creative process with you. So as you're joining this call, welcome. You have the chat to connect with one another and all the other beautiful beings that I know are here. I know Sue is in there, and Kyla and Dana, and I'll be back over in there, and so many other beings that are here. Welcome. If this is your first time joining into one of our events, our live streams, our broadcasts, just know that, this is a moment that was not an accident, that you're here for some purpose or reason that maybe you don't even know yet. And as we come together here, this is a beautiful global Minga. This is a beautiful space, knowing that for the past week or longer now, Master Lady Kira Ra has been honoring a silence, a time out of time to really, really be. So this is the evening that Master Lady Kira Ra is rejoining the world, so to speak, and interfacing in this way. And this is, I know, going to be a very big, massive moment for us. This is the portal. This is a moment that we didn't know that we would make it here, and we did. We've made it further than we've ever made it before together. And it is a time of celebration. It is a time to come together. It is a time to really sink into the gift of you. We're here in August. It's 8/8/2022. There's so much to be revealed. There's so much that's been happening. And I know this evening when Master Lady Kira Ra and Wisdom Teacher Sri Ramka join us, there is going to be so much that they have to share that is coming through. And, in the format of this evening, really, we invite you to get comfortable, grab yourself your warm tea. This is your moment to settle into your space. Take a breath, really let yourself relax into, I'm here. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. This is the yoga of self-ascension. This is the blessing of coming home to the truth of who you are, the truth of your essence, your vision, what you believe is possible and beyond. It's the moment to really call forward all the blessings that you are bringing forward into the world, and really holding the vision. This is a moment of reset for humanity. This is a moment where we're really able to enter a whole new frontier. And I know our guides this evening are going to bring us into that incredibly. So as you're coming into the call, I see many more are joining. It's incredible to be here together. We are streaming over at our Facebook, official Sri and Kira, at Oneness Talk Radio Facebook, and Sri and Kira official YouTube. So hello there if you're chatting. But those of you that are here in the Zoom call, hey, if you want to get into this Zoom call, you can go register and you can be part of these calls twice a month on Mondays. And you get to really experience the blessing of the chat. You get to have the experience of interacting with one another, and you have the recording. And anytime there's materials shared, you get those as well. And we have to say a big thank you to all of the Sign Network and our friends and supporters and collaborators that are streaming us all over to Facebook and lives all over the place. Just knowing that the more beings that we touch, or that we, light that torch for, the more of us here together, the more impact we have when we come together in our sincerity, love, and presence. And you being here with your open heart really is the sincerity, the love, the presence, the foundation of the Yoga of Self-Ascension. And the more of us that come home to who we truly are and shine that in the world, the bigger difference we're making. And we are making a difference. You're making a difference. Our global Minga is incredible and extensive and expansionary. There's so much we are co-creating here together, from pyramids to clinics to schools to just abundant love and real peace and taking action, because it's the right thing to do on our beautiful planet. So thank you for being here. And it is my honor, it is my pleasure to be sharing this time with you and welcoming you all in. So again, cozy in, give yourself what you need, and really get ready for an hour and a half that's going to be expansionary, that's going to bring us to wherever we're going to go with our fearless, incredible leaders, the two beings that are here this evening, Shri and Kira, that really have been guiding for over 20 years as lights of self-ascension and holding the present and not wavering, being the models. They are here this evening to bring us through a profound journey, experience, teachings, and beyond. So thank you, Shri and Kira. It's my honor to welcome you in this evening. Please join us. Okay, holding presence. There we go.
Namaste, beloveds. Jess, thank you so much for opening up this beautiful gathering, and we send you blessings.
You know, forgive me, I'm so in the truth chakra that I'm already feeling us. And so, Jess, as we are here with you and as I'm watching your beautiful presence, and thank you for this gift, I'm already feeling our beautiful community coming in around us this evening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so we're inviting you to please enjoy yourself. And remember, all of you in the chat, Jess is there to answer your questions. That's why she's there. And she is indeed a master, as are so all of us together. And so welcome, beloved angels, welcome. Welcome to 8/8/2022.
Wow.
Let's just take in a breath on that. Let's just take in a really deep breath on that. Bringing in that smile, because in addition to being 8/8/2022, it is also Mastery Monday.
Yes.
It is that moment where Shri and I come before all of you, the community that has said yes, the community that is saying yes, the community of consciousness that is able to walk through all judgment, to claim the energy of I am here in the sustaining sea of neutrality. So of course, Shri and I had to broadcast to you this evening live from our one of my favorite places here at Tosa Blue Mountain, our dance yoga studio, that has, look at these beautiful murals that have been painted. We have many more we'll show you by our beautiful Freddie Rocano, but we thought how beautiful to be with our beloved Saraswati. And of course, the Shiva Shakti dance, the Nitaraj, the dance on the sands of creation in the presence of the ignition of the cosmic Isis. So welcome, beloved ones.
We are indeed delighted at this divine appointment. This is a fabulous time to gather together and to accelerate our consciousness, to accelerate our presence. I invite you right now to bring a hand or two to your heart and to notice. As we breathe into the sacred center of the ascended state of being, your heart is the foundation of the ascended state of being. And that as we breathe together, big breath in, sigh. Let's do that one more time. As we breathe together, we relax all need to control and say, I trust. I trust divine presence. I am divine presence, and we are divine community. Welcome. Breathe, smile.
Yes.
All is well.
There it is. There it is. And so, beloved angels, let us just dive into this moment. This evening is your opportunity to really feel the blessing of linking arms and being here as this container of extraordinary receptivity, as each is the chalice, as we are here in this moment now of the ascended heart. For indeed, the 8 and the 8 is the intersection that calls forward the cross of perfect balance. Today, this morning, was the culmination and the beginning of 7 days of silence that have become what must be my life from this moment forward. And for many days now, actually for many weeks, ever since Shri and I were blessed to visit, and you all should know the story by now when we went to Isa Mall, and if not, go back and find the episode of Shri and Kira Live where we talked about it. But ever since we went to Isa Mall, the sacred city of Biblion has been calling me very strongly. And during this entire time that I have been walking this land and going deep within and receiving so much depth of clarity for this moment to be with you right now, I kept hearing Biblion, Biblion, Biblion. And I honestly had no idea what awaited there, other than Shri and I have passed this place many times as we have taken people to Ingapurka. Now, Ingapurka, and I want to bring this in because it's all about this 8-8 moment that we are in right now, because this is the 3rd anniversary. We are the rising trishul. We are the pyramid completed. This is the moment. 3rd 8-8. This began on 8-8-2020. And making it to 8-8-2022 is a miracle of perfect balance in and of itself. And so today, Shri and I were very, very blessed to arise early and leave and go to the sacred city of Biblion near Ingapurka, remembering that Ingapurka is the only female temple in the entire Incan Empire. It was actually built, it's hard for me to say that because it's actually built on a Kanyari site, which we share with you and show you and then go expand into those cosmic origins when we visit there. It's an egg. It's an egg of creation. It's a seeding point for this planet, and it's very feminine. And so we have always passed this church, but we have never stopped because our connection has always been at the higher point in Kanyar province. And so today, we were very blessed to discover the depth of Kanyar once again, to remember that while Shri and I live in Osway, we're actually right on the border and didn't realize that really we're a breath of being Kanyar province ourselves.
Now, Kanyar is a high altitude province that is really the bastion, the homeland of the indigenous Kanyari. And every time we drive there, we feel this sense of lightness.
Upliftment.
There's this purity. There's this simplicity, the purity. It's as if every day is a beautiful spring day kind of feeling. And so as we drove to Biblion, and knowing that we were going to go on yet another mountain, climb another peak, and discover what awaits.
And so we went. And in my heart, I was carrying only one question. Why have you called me here? Why have you called me here? And what we're going to show you right now, so I want you to sit back and receive. We've put together a short little film of everything that happened today. And I want you to just relax and receive, maybe have a beverage, we have ours, and just breathe, feel, notice what you notice. Here's the magic. I do want to give you this little reveal ahead of time. Biblion is built into this Catholic church, so it's post-conquistador. This Catholic church, oldest in the entire area, is built into the mountain herself. However, what you discover when you traverse, if you make the climb all the way to the very top of the mountain, which we did, and found some other interesting things, what you discover is that this is actually the black, right? It's the pupil of the eye, because when you stand on the top of the mountain, you are in a 360-degree bowl, which includes where we are here right now, standing on the eye. And so this morning we were called to stand on this center of the eye to receive this energy so that it may complete the codes that we are here to sincerely call forward in this moment of expansion together. And so we want to share this energy with you and invite you to receive it. And we'll be back when this video is complete. We're watching it with you.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. Yes, please.
So welcome to the Rocio. We have not gone any further yet. We've just been walking up the steps and we've been welcomed. Look at her beautiful crown up here. And you see the water that's coming and the water that's here. Welcome.
Here as we climb the mountain here in beyond, the energy rises as we go up, and at the ground level, it's very much about density and interaction. But as we come up, it gets ever more sacred, ever more pure, and our grounds are opening. The church is built right into.
As you can see, we are right in the mountain. And Shri, there's a beautiful crevasse on that. Just reminds me of Terranath right here. Did you want to walk in there? And we'll see. Right side is the church. On the left side, and I want you all to really feel this. Shri's feeling the walls of the church. I'm being called right here. I don't know what's here yet, but I'm coming straight in where Shri is, and I'm going right here, guys. This feels, it's a gateway. Look at that. Look at the mountain. And look at the revelation. Look at that. It looks like the creation serpent itself. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful energy that called us here. And you can see that this is where the power, this is why this church was most likely constructed here. And just wanting to show you the contrast again. There we are. Look at this beautiful moss and look up how tall. You guys know how tall Shri is. I want you to see how far up we're going. That they made sure this church mirrored the strength of the mountain, this incredible stone here in this incredible area. So this is the lion's head, just like when we were in Maya Pond. You see that this is the entrance. This is the dragon's gate. This is the entry and the portal. And right here, this stone called, and as I was called to this stone, I heard look up, and it's the lion's head. And of course, we are here on 8/8. And all around me are these gorgeous webs being created by these beautiful masters weaving creation. And as I'm standing here, I'm hearing yes, yes, yes. The power resumes within those who dwell in the heart of the sacred, as the sacred dwells within thee. From within the depth of this divine cavern comes all. To imagine, to remember, to recreate. And as I'm standing here, I'm feeling what feels like this energy coming out and hitting me right here. It's this little, it's like it's hitting me right here. And it's like pulling me to balance. It's saying that this radiation is what you're feeling here. That it's like a giving, that it's just like they just be giving, and as you can see, you see how it's all come together into this one. This should have the rosaries on it. This should have I think that, this one, I think I need to leave. I need to put it here, at least for now, and we'll decide if I come back. So this is the Guardiana de la Fe. This is a crystal rosary that I got at the Guardiana de la Fe. And I was told today to wear all these rosaries. And this area deserves to be crystalline, to let the inner dragon, the breath of this mountain know.
Yeah, to be acknowledged and
That-
witnessed with love.
This is crystalline, it is love. That this is a sacred space. And that all are welcome here, but do not steal from me, do not take from me, help preserve that which has always been. Here we are, and feel that.
Ooh.
I'm gonna leave it there right now. I might leave it there for whoever wants it or however long it stays, but it needs to be there. You feel the bridge energy, like now I'm feeling my ears.
The resonance go back and forth.
You
Yeah.
see that? It needed the crystal in it. Welcome, everyone. We have ascended to the very top, quite a few steps to get up here, but when you come to visit, we'll get you up here, no problem. I was called immediately to the spot, and if you remember when we first entered the church downstairs, we entered that dragon's cave, and this is right here, you see all of the stone and how this church has been built up in stone. The power is emanating in here. And as that power is emanating, what's happening is, Wilson is right, there we go, and make sure we see all of this. This steeple is a generator. And so you see that this generator, this steeple, is going. And if you look at the very top, it's the pyramid of peace. This is carrying the energy of Gaia herself as the vehicle of light up and out small. And there is so much rich symbolism here. There is so much that has been discovered here on 8/8. Bring a hand to your heart right now and feel the gift of our beloved Mother Gaia reaching out to you from her heart through whatever structure or form is needed to say, I am here, I am ready, I am open, guys. And we've just come down from the top of the mountain and listened to the singing.
So breathing that song into your heart, breathing that 360-degree view. The Sacred Mary that you saw there, the one that really the version of her that called to me the most was the one where I found the skull. And this is the Virgin of the Mist. This is the Virgin that comes forward in the morning mist. She who has come from the clouds to bring the mist, to bring the dew, that which keeps things alive. And very, very powerful to see her there in these three very strong versions, with the one that is the most coveted of her, the one where she's holding the infant Jesus, is only maybe at best, maybe 20 inches tall, because it's all real gold and real silver, and it's sitting up on a big urn, and it's in a big case. And what's more miraculous is the mountain herself. And it was the Maria in her simple blue and her beautiful way of service that as I touched her feet, I was pulled. I saw that ray. I was pulled to the right and saw that skull tucked in behind there. And it was very powerful. I did reach out and touch it. I did at one point, I was touching the skull and the Maria at the same time. And I kept hearing the power of the 1,000 points of light. And what was so extraordinary, as you saw in the video, was that this really, it's more of a chapel. They call it a church, but it really feels more like a chapel, don't you think, Jake?
Absolutely.
It's built into the mountain, and where the greatest emanation of energy is coming from are these 1,000 gold Matronian stars, these 5-pointed gold stars. And I literally fell to my knees in front of the altar. And when I fell to my knees, I was staring again at another beautiful gold seal that I would not have seen had I not fallen on my knees. It was behind these flowers, like it had been intentionally covered. And it was this beautiful picture of a hand with water flowing out of it into receiving hands that looked like lotuses. And I just heard, allow the flow. When we give with open hands, all lotuses bloom. That as our life becomes the service becomes the life. That in this moment, all of humanity is being asked to just open their hand and allow the water to flow, to remember Gaia herself. When Shri and I arrived at the top of the temple and we walked in the crevasse, it reminded us of Kedarnath. And I brought this, and Allison, if you're here tonight, thank you. Allison bought this for me at Kedarnath the night we were stranded in Kedarnath. And this right there in the corner, that's the Jyotirlinga. And you see how unique that Jyotirlinga is. This is the ascension portal. The story of this temple still existing, the miracle of the stone that stopped the flood. Literally, the Himalayas themselves, the planet herself said, hey, the money changers are at the temple. And even though that was a catastrophic flood, it really did help Kedarnath to secure this extraordinary, profound light energy.
Yes. You know, one of the things that came forward in my recognition today as we were at this beautiful chapel is sincerity and love.
Yes.
Create an atmosphere of peace, of belonging, of guidance,
Yes.
and of course, of miracles.
Yes.
And so when we release all projections about religion, about form, about concept, and simply be with the energy of now,
Ooh.
the energy that was presented to us on this day, the gift of that energy was an ocean of crown, an ocean of embrace into the simplicity of pure connection.
So really breathe that in, because you are here right now, my angel. Because at this very moment, at this 8-8 Lion's Gate, at this Trinity moment, going back to Ingapurka, right here, 45 minutes from our home, right? The only female temple, the egg of creation. move forward to today in Biblion, being with the Virgin who puts before us not a crystal skull, a skull of pure 24 karat coated Ecuadorian gold, including the teeth, and just sitting there waiting for us. And I asked the beautiful being we were with, who has been there many, many times with many, many people. I said, hey, is this skull always here? He goes, what skull? I said, come look at this. And the energy of the cosmic Isis rising, the energy of now. And so I want to invite you to take a journey with Shri and I right now to go back to 8/8/2020. We're going to bring us through that. And as we journey through that, just imagine it's a story. Just imagine that it's all just a wonderful dream, because it is. And then let it weave us back to this moment. And this is why I'm going to pull my husband closer to me so you can see the sands right there. This is why this painting is here. This is why it is the moment of the balance of the masculine and the feminine. When Kedarnath suffered the flood, when the mighty Ganga herself, the feminine energy, rose in 2012, when everyone was talking about the rising Kundalini and how it moved from the Himalayas to the Andes, everyone forgot the water, because the Himalayas cannot move without Ganga, because everything is birthed from her. She is right here. See, that's her. Right at the top, right there, that's her little face on that Shiva. She is the one that is birthing that watery flow, that beautiful sea of neutrality that is ours to command and be with in our ascended presence now, without doubt, as the law of instantaneous manifestation is unfolding. Tonight, let's surf those sands of creation together. Let's have some fun with that, because we have done this together before. If you've read our book, 2012 Atlantean Revelations, you already know the last time we've co-created this existence and how that one turned out. And so here we are in this glorious moment of recreation, which means let it be fun, right? So bring a hand to your heart. Taking a deep breath. There we are. And Shri, I'd like you to put up for us, please. I'm going to take you back to August 2020. If you would open our share screen. Okay, I would like to bring you right there. There it is. All right. In August 2020, the Lion's Gate that opened as part of the UpLevel of humanity. We were at the top of the ascension escalator. Remember that in 2015, I put out the chart, the 7 polarities of free will, and charted out every single year from 2015, rising up that escalator through 2021, landing us right here where we are right now in 2022. So in 2020, 8/8/2020, go back. This is our third 8/8, 2 years ago, starting our third year, the year of celebration, the year of yes. Bring your hands to prayer position right now. Feel your index finger, the pointer, or the one right next to the thumb, really push your hands together, because the Lion's Gate opened and everything opened with it. This is the discus of Vishnu released. It is that opportunity, that representation of the mind and more. And we're going to stop that share. And I want to invite you right now to feel the energy in your fingers. And I'm going to walk over here. Shri's going to move the camera over, because before we go any further, we want to start moving that meridian energy so that as we call forward 8/8/2020, 8/8/2021, all of these energies that have brought us to this rapid rise up level, to this moment of intersection and perfect balance. One of the things that really struck Shri and I today was that 49 columns of granite are what support the sanctuary. The 4 plus the 9 is the 13. It is the ancient code, the ancient codex There were rose crosses. There were codes everywhere. It's going to take me months to decode what was there. We're going to have to go back frequently. But I felt like we had just walked into a novel, like a Millman novel today, and that it was a profound answer to a profound energy. So feel your fingers right here, thumb and pinky, a pointer, and I'm going to walk over here while Shri gets the camera. And let me know when they can see me again, sweetheart. I think that we show Ganesha. If we can.
All right, beloveds, bear with me while we move the camera.
So let me know, Shri, when.
All right. That is. Whoops.
Hi, everybody. I hope you can see me.
Yeah.
And okay, so what we're going to do this evening is, before we go any further, sincerely, I want you to notice right here. I want you to notice your fingers right here at the top of your index fingers right there. And take your thumb and thumb index, touch release, touch release, touch release, touch release, touch release. And really allow that energy to start flowing. Touch release, touch release, touch release, touch release, touch release. Remember that we are right now in this energy. I'm going to show you the ascended numerology later, but this is all about the truth chakra. It's all about that number 5, which is all about what? It's about eternal life. I am as you are. And so one of the gifts of eternal life is the gift of fluid motion, the gift of being available all the time. So as you're energizing your fingers right now, bring them right here, right where the scarab is, right there it is, your high heart, okay? There it is. Holding this portal open, closing your eyes if you are safe to do so. Breathing in a deep Ave Sa breath through the nose with the word Ave. Out with the Sa. Releasing, smiling, bringing our hands back to our heart. Notice the balancing presence of that which I am as you are. Bringing your hands together in prayer position. I'm going to go sideways so you can really get this one, right? So bring your hands together in prayer position. Right here is the I. This is the posture of the I. It is the presence. It is the master in form. It is the I, right? I am. And then here. See that? I am here. And what am I holding? The sea of neutrality as the energy of the ascended heart, which is the 8 and the 8. It is the upward infinite intersecting with the horizontal infinite that right here holds open all that is as I am. So in this moment, simply breathe in and relax that, because on 8/8/2020, when that lion's gate opened, when that discus of Vishnu, feel your fingers now, and remember, keep feeling, really bring your attention right here to the top of those fingers. Notice that as those discuses, right? Who says we're limited to one? We're an infinite creation. So as those discuses ignited on 8/8/2020, imagine what has happened as they have started locking in and forming a circle of creation around this potentiality. It is what has brought us to this now. Breathing that in. Think about the past 2 years. Wow, right? And has it only been 2 years? So really breathing that in, relaxing that out. We're going to do a living Ankh practice. So if you're not standing, you would want to be standing to do this optimally. If you cannot stand right now, then please just receive the energy. Shri, do you want to demonstrate it with me? I don't know what the camera range is, but can we both fit? I think we can. Yeah, that'd be great. So one of us, maybe you're in front, I'll be back a little bit, or so in order to do a living Ankh, let us remember that you are the eternal life presence, reverse aging, maintaining peak fitness levels, actually being able to command your body of form through the law of instantaneous manifestation, all begins with the absolute embodiment of the ascended presence of the divine master you are as I am. Hence why we get together on these Mondays twice a month to celebrate this connection. And so you first want to have your feet on the floor firmly, and this is great barefoot outside, shoulder width. And then you want to bring your hands out. There we are, like that, okay? And then relax them down. Here we are. So as we relax our hands down, as we are solid in our feet, if you feel safe closing your eyes, please do so. Allowing your palms to be facing outward and your fingers straight down, Mother Gaia, just relaxing your arms. There we are. Relaxing your breath. Relaxing your breath. There you are. Beneath your left foot, you begin to feel the gentle spiral of a crystalline radiance of light. Simply allow it to tickle the bottom of your left foot. Notice this radiation. Imagine this radiation. And just feel it warming the center of your foot, that area many call the arch. Feel that spiral area as if it's already lifting, trying to move that foot, but yet you want to command it to stay right where it is. You want it to stay right where it is. And then underneath your right foot, you notice this beautiful, pure golden light. This beautiful, pure golden light that's emanating under your right foot. And allowing both of these to just be as if beautiful, gentle little elevators underneath both of your feet. When you breathe in your breath, command both of these beautiful rays just to come up to your knees. Breathing in. Exhaling, sigh. You feel these two rays illuminating all of your feet, shooting out your toes, lifting up through the calves, and notice in the back of the calves, right at the base of the calf, as it meets the top of what would be that back of the shin area, notice these little, they might be very, very small, but you notice there's 2 points of light there. What are these? And just allowing this beautiful crystalline and golden light to really be at the knees. On the next inhale, we're going to bring this light all the way up the thighs to meet at the root center, right at the base of the spine, breathing it in. Simply allow this beautiful golden ray of light to meet this golden ray of light. The crystalline and the golden ray harmoniously coming together, spiraling together. And on the next inhale, we're going to breathe that energy all the way up through all of the chakras, or just all the way up the spine, through the neck, and out of the top of the head. So getting ready now, let's take in that breath. Exhaling the sigh. We feel this energy as if it is a waterfall of light. And it is the creation of the torus field itself, opening our 0-point energy generator, allowing the head to drop back, opening the throat, revealing the high heart of the ascended presence. Before thee now is the divine emerald ray light, Archangel Raphael, heralding in with all of the masters, all of the healing light, all of the energy of this potentiality coming into its highest presence now, spiraling into the chest where it is meeting this pulsing gold crystalline. We bring our arms out, stretching them out as far as we can and bending the hands back as far as you can. Try to open those hand chakras, bend, 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 bend. Open those hand chakras, open those hand chakras. Stretch the arms, allow the head to go back. Ignite the energy. Open your truth chakra, open and ignite your truth center. Allowing the head to gently and yet with great new energy, allowing the spine to ignite you to lift. Notice how tall you are now. Allow thyself to lift up through this moment. If you're floating, it's okay. You don't need to open your eyes to prove anything. Just allow the energy to flow, allow it to flow, allow it to flow. And I want you to, as you're allowing this energy to all flow and integrate, bring your attention back to those two little points of light at the base of the calf. There you are. Yeah. Bringing your arms, scooping this energy, bringing your head, bring it all to your heart center, allowing the head to relax into the humble bow of knowingness. The chalice of ignition is yours to claim. For the law of instantaneous manifestation is the abundant universe manifested through you now. Notice how tall you are now. Breathe in the energy of your spine. Use the living ankh twice a day. Try to do it outside. Remember, you are the 5-pointed star. Today, 1,000 of us in our beautiful golden form were fluttering in this beautiful mountain chamber, carrying what felt like the ancient dragon eggs, the sacred mothers, the beings of creation itself. We are at a moment right now where the gift of you is the greatest gift that the planet can receive. For the each one of you that is saying, yes, I am here. So many more say yes. Outside of all dogma, outside of all sense of that which should be, let us come together in the energy of that which is. For the beautiful Mother Ganga has come here with this beautiful Amazon energy. And the dance of the waters, the dance of creation is happening now, because those discus of Vishnu that started on 8/8/2020 have been creating. And this is what has called forward the pyramid of peace, because the consciousness has arisen. Over the past 2 years, the consciousness has expanded. The protocols have blossomed. The connections have crystallized, and the balance is being restored. In the cross of perfect balance, the diamond is created. Everything we saw today, the reason we were called the Biblion today, was to remind us all to hear it, to see it, to feel it, that yes, this world of density is throwing everything it can at you. Yes, we are from every angle, from every experience. When we arrived at the top, imagine, and you saw this in the film, imagine the first thing we saw was this beautiful chapel covered in cell towers because of the money they were paid to put them there. We tangibly felt the vibrational level drop. Hugely, right?
Yeah.
And this is just like what we saw in Mexico when we were driving through. What we did not know was this cross of 5G emission that is so excruciatingly painful for people like us that live outside of all of that it was a reminder that you are the 0-point generator. You are eternal life. You are the one that is able to break free of all of this. It cannot affect you when you are the law of instantaneous manifestation, commanding that which is around you. But there's a catch. And for many, it's what we call density sanity. It's releasing every judgment you've ever had, which is most likely why you're here right now. For to face you as the mirrored you is to release every judgment you've ever had. And then to stand into your seventh dimensional presence, witnessing the fifth dimensional witnesser that is holding and loving that third dimensional witness. Breathing that in.
I just want to share that everything that Master Lady Kira is sharing with you tonight is important. It is precious, and you know how to do it. The living on practice, if you want to revisit it, of course, you can play the replay of this, and it's also found at our website, sridhakira.com. Just go to the upper menus, you'll find it. The other thing I want to share is that technology is a creation of the mind, and the mind is your servant, not your master. And it's very important in today's modern society to enjoy technology, but to remember that you are the master, and technology is your tool, not your master.
So breathe that in. And what I'm noticing right now is heart energy. So really notice this heart, because the blessing of this moment is that as you blossomed out of the butterfly energy, in July, it was all about coming out of that cocoon. And August is a humanity's choice, but it's the choice being made through the open lens. It's the choice that says, yes, moving into this profound moment of the pre-retrograde phase coming up tonight, moving into the full moon later this week. So we're going to go back to our other location to go deeper into this journey and receive more, and thereby be able to serve at a greater way. So we are so grateful you are here with us now. So breathing in and really noticing, I'm really noticing like the heart throat. So let's really be noticing that, relaxing into that. I'm going to meet you over here. Right. Thank you all so much for being so patient as we are putting this all together again. And there we are. Let's see. Oops, we just lost everything. Oh, no, we didn't. We have two monitors here, and there we are. So as we move forward this evening, and as we remember about that discus of Vishnu, the other thing that I want to discuss is that during this time, what happened was that the alchemies of self-ascension began to reveal themselves in a much more rapid experience. And this is the awakened moment that opened up in 2020. And when you are, then you can do. And when you are, is the embodiment of the expanded consciousness without doubt. If you look right here at this visual, you will see that right there at the eyebrows, those two beautiful beams of those radiations there, those are the cosmic prime meridians. That's where they intersect. And that star is your star consciousness, which expands beyond the third eye. Star consciousness lifts us up. And in the expansion of our star consciousness, we are able to command the alchemical processes. So as we are all in this moment of activating our own 0 point field of experience, let us remember that it's about the sequencing of the alchemies and all of the new geometries that are coming into alignment right now. So I just want you to breathe that in. There we are. All right. And we're going to stop that share. And last but not least, we want to share with you the ascended numerology for this moment, because the ascended numerology for this moment is important. Can we make it a little smaller? So I want them to see the dates, honey.
Mhm.
Yeah. There should be a minimize. Yeah. Okay. So as you're gazing at this, notice the 5, and this is what we were just doing. This is why we were doing the living on practice. August 8, 2022. Today, the Lionsgate amplification is all about truth. It's about the truth of humankind. It's about where we're going. It's about receiving the new codes, and it's about letting go of anyone telling you what anything is or should be. It's a moment of diving into the truth of you at a level that you may not have done before, at a pace that might feel really frightening. But that is the greatest reveal of all right now, is that the good news is the truth will be seen, and more than ever can be received. It is about the blessing of receiving. And when you look at the full moon this week as well on the 11th, so we're right here today on 8/8, humanity, we are receiving, we are opening, the truth is igniting. And as we stay in the energy of that this week, that pyramid energy is spiraling, is spinning with itself. It's self-amplifying. When we can bring the focus away from the distraction, when we can stay here right now, when we can be in this presence, give yourself the next 72 hours to just say yes. Say yes to you, say yes to joy, say yes to the universe, and say yes to peace. Say yes to peace. Because as we move from that moon on the 5th, we are then going to go to that August 20th pre-phase retrograde, which is the manifest energy coming in, having risen from our truth. And it will anchor in our lotus chakra. This is all about the universe saying, look, if you're ready to just be who you are, and to trust that, and to know that, and to move forward with that, and to say yes to that, then we are here. We are all here in this collective potentiality right now to say yes and ignite the pace, the receptivity, and the release of judgment that will sustain the sea of neutrality and thereby hold open the 7th dimensional ignition that you are being ignited right now to be. This is you. And let's share this again, because it was in 2018 that we first started talking about this again as part of the UpLevel, right? That this was part of what was going on with the UpLevel. And I pray you've been following the UpLevel calendar, that you've seen the 7 polarities chart. So this moment, the 3rd dimension, look at the base. The 3rd dimension has this wondrous potentiality. It's so yummy, right? It's Sri and I love it. It's where you get to touch each other and have fun and remember. It's great.
Dancing
right?
with form.
There it is, dancing with form. And in the 3rd dimension is where, from a consciousness experience, when we're born into density consciousness, it's this me that actually eventually assists us to become the witness, where we open up our eyes and go, oh, there's a we, right? Which becomes its own judgment, its own self-limitation. This is where the isms are born, but it brings us into a greater sense of awareness that eventually breaks us from the witness of the density, the self-perpetuating cycle of density, to where we become right there in the 5th dimension, the witnesser. And you notice the witnesser is more of a head pop. And if you look at the 3rd dimensional head, so to speak, you'll notice that that's seated pretty much right at the heart chakra, Because in order to ignite being the witnesser of the fifth dimension, the heart must rise. And the gift/trap of that is that when we arrive at the heart, when we first start realizing the heart, we can open the fifth dimension, but we close it. We open, we close it, and frequently we get trapped at that fifth, fourth borderland, which is very attractive to the ego because it sees just enough of the fifth to really feel good about itself and gets a whole bunch of ego gratification to never ascend further. It's a very challenging area, and you see the wings there. And that's why when you look at the seventh dimension, to arise into the seventh dimension means you must stand up with the new root center that arises as you lift forward through consciousness expansion. How do you do that? Well, you stand and arise when you release all judgment, beginning with yourself, so that you may be aware as the witnessing creation experience of the witnesser that is holding the compassion of the third dimensional presence. And this is the gift of where we are right now. When Shri and I first started all of this, when we first came out with our first book, and way back when, 2003, it was all about this moment. And it was about anchoring. We first put out How to Live in the Fifth Dimension back in 2003, and that was radical then. Living in the seventh dimension is your birthright. And we are at a moment where this co-creative gathering right now has occurred because the energy of the consciousness in this potentiality has come forward with an opportunity to keep going. So I want you to breathe that in and just relax. And before we go any further, I just want to check in with my beloved husband and just invite you to be checking in with yourself as well. What are you noticing even behind the words, right? Notice what you're noticing.
You know, I want to share that moving between these dimensional frequencies from the third to the fifth to the seventh is quite natural. And what keeps pulling us down is both the attraction to the polarity of density and the unresolved judgments that would polarize us internally. Remember that oneness is the canvas that allows the polarities to dance. So there is a practice at shriankira.com. It is the forgiveness practice. And I want to bring your attention to that because as we move into compassion, into the fifth dimensional energy, the gateway to holding non-judgment sometimes requires a little bit of self-forgiveness. To be in that place of, I am compassion, I am at peace, and I now unconditionally forgive myself for having held judgments that may have separated or wounded myself and others. To recognize that judgments are a use of your divine energy. And to forgive is to rinse away, to recognize I've done the best I know how, given my state of consciousness at that time, at this time. And so that practice is very useful as we gain familiarity with the seventh dimensional energy of being at peace with, at being non-reactive, and holding open the joy of being the witness and being there in that energy. So that's a reminder and a sharing that I invite you to check out. You can find the forgiveness practice at shriankira.com. And right now, I invite you to come back right here to your heart center and just notice.
So as you are noticing, notice your throat. Really notice your throat chakra. And notice also your star consciousness. So we're going to ignite your star consciousness, and then we're just going to move into this moment of receptivity outside of the brain frequency of this potentiality. So just kind of relax behind all of the words. There you go. Hear the silence. Notice the creation within it without even having to close your eyes. Notice it all around you. Bringing your hands to your heart. Feel safe to do so. Knowing you deserve, because you were born. Personalize that. I deserve because I was born. Knowing that, owning the sacred sequence of incarnation, which thereby brings you to the trust of I am here in the perfect time, in the perfect moment, in the experience of thyself, as was called forward, should this moment occur, and it has. And so this is the moment of celebration to receive the wave of celebration and creation, to say yes, 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 to remember thyself outside of all streams of potentiality that have their own limitation, to dance every day, to smile more, to love yourself so much more, and to love each other unconditionally. To stay in your steadfast commitment, which is as simple as keeping your eyes on the divine at all times, is it not? It calls in that focused awareness. And with focused awareness, sometimes people, I know I did initially, sometimes with focused awareness, you feel overwhelmed. You feel such a burden of responsibility until you realize that all you did was forget your smile. And when you bring that smile back in, it's that transcendent smile that goes back to keep your eyes on the divine at all times, that sees the flow unfold in real time. As in the Gita, you are not fazed by anything because it's all part of the ocean that is creating through this sands of time. And so your focused awareness becomes your creation. And so let it be amazing. And anything that would be less than amazing, that would seek to distract from focused awareness, is of that which has been, not that which is now. We are at a literal Control, Alt, Delete, blank screen, reboot moment, and it's growing, growing, growing. And on the 20th, we're going to be exactly 1 month from the ignition that will be happening here in Ecuador at the equator, that will be reverberating around the world as part of Peace Week. And so right now, where is your focused awareness? Where is your joy? Because that's the creation. The codes sit within the strands of joy, the illuminated thee, which knows how to be very free. And so through that focused awareness, which has arisen through our steadfast commitment, we are able to bow and relax into complete trust. And it is that complete trust from which the smile emerges and cannot ever, ever be taken. Outside of the judgment exists the strength of the warrior, the lion illuminated, the moment before us all. This 8/8/2022 is a miracle. The mere fact that we are together right now is a miracle. You are the living miracle. So let's ignite right here our star consciousness. And as we do, I just want to come up to the camera. Maybe you can see this. So these are all jewels, gemstones, jewels, that Shri selected and added over the years. You can see that this is the cosmic Isis ignition and the cobra right here at my star consciousness right here this evening, the wings. And this evening I was told to wear no earrings, but to wear a ruby and a diamond on behalf of the all. And star consciousness, Shri, I'll let you share. And then as we ignite your star consciousness, we will go into our culminating meditation together.
It's important to understand and to utilize the truth that right here in your forehead resides in a very important point that we refer to as star consciousness. And there's many spiritual drawings where you've seen stars or lights or illuminated in the masters.
Remember, third eye, star consciousness.
So the third eye, the sixth chakra, resides between the eyebrows. And about 1.5 inches above that is the point of star consciousness, which is a point of neutrality. It's a point of expression of your soul's light.
Imagine seeing beyond the limitation of your mind, a form of this potentiality. That's what star consciousness ignites for you.
And so we're going to invite you to discover for yourself that point of light.
And if you have Egyptian healing rods, it's a good time to be holding them. If you don't know what they are, you should check out EgyptianHealingRods.com. But notice already, even as I said Egyptian healing rods, I felt mine come to me because they really do come to you. But notice right here, imagine as if you were holding, right? Like you were grasping something right now, or if you have selenite wands or crystals. And as you're energizing those hands again, as you're feeling that energy pulsating, connect again back into that beautiful ascended Ankh. All that energy that's running through you, all that eternal life energy that you can call in anytime you want, right? Anytime you want. All right.
So I want to invite you to discover your point of star consciousness, and to make that even more easy, bring a hand to your heart and relax for a moment. Breathing consciously, trusting, just being present. And then bring a hand up to your third eye, and with perhaps your middle finger, just to touch that place between your eyebrows. Close your eyes, hold the point, and feel that. And up above where your fingertip is, notice that star consciousness area is calling you.
And it might feel a little congested. Sometimes it even has a little pain in it. So you want to slide that finger up and really just like touch it.
Just trust your intuitive guide here as you lift the finger from the sixth chakra point right up to the star consciousness point. And you may want to make a little circle, just kind of move your fingertip around and say hello. We're inviting a recognition. Relax and trust. This is the place where the light of your soul can shine freely. You may want to just gently tap that spot, feel it.
And you don't need to. You can just be bringing all of your attention there. You may notice sacred geometric forms. Sometimes spirals are very common. Color You may notice in the next 36 hours, 72 hours, you might have some additional head experiences. Water, water, water,
Yes.
your best friend.
As you focus your attention there, more is revealed.
Lifting up, lifting up, lifting up, lifting up, lifting up, lifting up. There we are. Yeah. Bringing your hands into prayer position, lifting up into your star consciousness. I'm going to turn and face my favorite subject, my husband. And what we encourage you to do is if you are with someone, or if you're a group of people right now, if you can be, two together, or you can even do it with three. But remember that, like, so Shri's star consciousness is here, mine's right here. What we're going to do is we're going to turn toward each other. We're going to invite you to close your eyes. If you are by yourself right now, just stare into the screen, stare at us. You can look at yourself in a mirror even, right? Turn your, get a way to see yourself right now. So we're going to face each other first with a beautiful eye contact and a humble acknowledgement in prayer position. And in prayer position, if you take your thumbs and you touch your heart chakra right here, it helps keep the activation really potently open. It also helps if you can keep your arms up like this. And so gazing at each other, we're going to close our eyes. We're going to take in a deep Ave-Sa breath. And on the exhale, when we open our eyes, we're going to gaze and greet each other star to star. You're going to open your eyes and look at the star consciousness area. Breathing in. We open and receive. And we always hug, right? And so if you're with yourself, I hope you're hugging yourself right now. And one of the gifts of opening your star consciousness in this moment is to take this energy into your next experience of being. Right now, this evening, the next 72 hours, longhand, light a candle, create your sacred space. What is your dream? What is your vision? What has the universe been showing you? Offer the living ankh to this body of form and begin the process. Really begin the process of restoring your body, reshaping your body. Those of you that have been with Shri and I know that this is already true. You've watched us do it. Claim that which I am here to be with the eternal smile of trust. Clear out all the distractions. The mind is only wanting greater answers or resisting it being easy because it wants to believe it has to be hard. Breathe that one in. And remember, part of the reason Shri and I are in front of you is because when you look at us, you are forced to break through every judgment you have ever had. Remember when we met, his hair was very short, and there was a time when I was the CEO of a very big company. We each have an opportunity to serve. Can we not have fun? Why not let it be the recreation, the recreation? When density gets a grip on you, dance the sands of creation. The codes and all that's happening right now is revealing in ways that are taking upon themselves a fluidity of time. Let go of an urgency to hear a step-by-step process and receive the blessing of knowing you are actively creating this moment through the gift of awareness into this choice of experience. Breathing. As you would come together this evening and think about the polarities that are out there right now, I want to remind you of one other thing. And if you're on our email list, which if you're here on Monday night, hopefully you already are, you'll know that we talked to you about Hiroshima the other day. Well, right now, in this moment tonight, it is the 77th anniversary of Nagasaki. It will occur at 10:02 Eastern time tonight. At the very least, I would invite you to make a note of that right now and bring your hands to your heart and remember 10:02 tonight, to take a full moment and to really pay attention to that destruction creation molecule, right? And if you have that opportunity, if it fits in your time, please support my dear friend Dot Maber and Global Silent Minute and go be a part of this. It's a 30-minute experience tonight. Let us all remember, and is it not extraordinary? 77, the 7 and the 7 is the 14, the 1 plus the 4 of perfect balance, which equals eternal life. It is a very powerful moment, all of these synergies. It is not an accident, and you know that.
Yes. So, beloved ones, I'm calling you back to your star consciousness. As we breathe, our heart becomes a foundation. As we open our star consciousness, we engage the plateau of peace, that unconditionalness that is the nature of our essence. And from that place, all that we are, all that we do is wholesome.
Indeed. And so this evening, I'm just going to stand right here and move my chair as we prepare to invite you to deepen this experience. We want to ignite for you the triasaw, the generator of your own pyramid. Now, if you don't know what the triasaw is and you want to learn more about that, we really encourage you, especially in August, to go back and reread all 12 of the lost books of the Essene. This is free. It's at shriandkara.com. And if you have no time at all, then at least go read lesson 5. And the triasaw is the energy generator that we utilize many, many times in many different forms of being. But it is also that which we are able to, and I'm going to just tilt our camera a little bit so you can see more of our full body for this. I think that'll help. There we are. But it's also the energy generator that helps sustain this body of form while igniting the greatest consciousness. And so imagine right now, if you took your arms, and do you want me to stand back, honey? And maybe that way I was thinking you could stand in front of me a little bit so we could both demo. So if you take your arms and you want to be very much like the pyramid of peace, the peace pyramid, very much that golden mean ratio. And so right here, this is the top of the pyramid, right? And just imagine it going right down to the floor and holding your arms, right? You always want to hold your arms open. So holding your arms open and pointed down right now, fill this pyramid from the base of the floor, fill this pyramid with that beautiful golden white light that we have already brought into this beautiful body of form. We're filling all of this. And then right here at the neck, right? Right here at the neck is that beautiful discus of Vishnu, emanating as golden light. This beautiful discus of Vishnu emanating as golden light. This beautiful discus of Vishnu emanating as golden light. And then starting right here in the throat. So it's like the tip of the pyramid and the tip of this diamond portal is going to open up here. It's going to come right up to about the area of the temples. And then it's going to go right up here. You are that. Remember the ancient Egyptian, all of the ancient things showing, capturing the higher chakras. Remember that we are moving into that lotus chakra of creation, coming out of our truth. In the co-creative presence of all that is, we start in the infinite universe, knowing, absolutely knowing we have the power to command that into form. And that is what is the birth before us now, the opportunity to ignite ourselves as the triasaw of eternal light in the recreation of this moment of potentiality. We have an extraordinary, fun, celebratory, massive moment ahead. key is to make the choice to keep saying yes.
I want to call us back into that triasol one more time, because as I feel it in my essence, I invite you to connect with that pyramid of light that comes up to the throat where it engages the diamond energy. And that intersection is a pulse. And that is the essence of the animation that sustains our form and that opens that gateway.
Divine Masters, thank you for being with us every Monday. If this is your first time or only time, we're so grateful you were with us. For those of you that are traveling the journey of the Yoga of Self-Ascension, we are grateful that twice a month we get to be with you and to simply expand together, and that you are with each other in the chat. Tonight, we did not receive any Q&A or live calls because tonight is about you anchoring so that we may be. I am here as you are. This is an extraordinary moment for humanity. We are global Minga. We are the service. We are the light. Our hands are open as water flows and lotuses bloom. I love you so dearly. Please visit triankira.com. Grab that forgiveness practice. You need to scroll down the homepage, but you'll find it. Go to the ensoulments, and please also at the very least read from the Lost Books of the Essene, the number 5 PDF, but optimally, why not read them all? We love you with all our heart and soul. We are so honored to be with you.
May the peace that passeth all understanding become anchored in this moment now.